Hey guys, let's do some story time, okay? Full some prison blues. We talk about incarceration and other related topics. We're gonna do story time. I'm gonna tell you a story about something that happened to me that I still have feelings about. It was when I was really, really let down about something. So, when you're doing time in prison, like when you live with another man in a box, even like the best of dudes are like kind of hard to live with sometimes. Like so, it's really difficult to find a really good cellie. Well, when I was at CSP Solano, I ended up getting this cellie about my age. I think he was a couple years younger or older, I forgot, but about my age. And he was just a real cool dude, man. And me and that dude got along hella good. We had a really good program, and like I can honestly say, like he didn't really do anything that got on my nerves, you know. And I mean, outside of like little knick-knack shit that, like, I mean, two guys living together, but I mean, really, there was really nothing. I really have nothing bad to say about him being a cellie, and I mean, we never had any arguments or anything. So that was cool. But he ended up, he went home, you know. So good for him. So he goes home, and then like 6 months after that, I transfer from Solano to Folsom. While I'm at Folsom, I move in with this homeboy of mine that I know from my county, and he's like this little rich kid, you know, and he's flaunting all this money, and he just bought a cell phone, and he's buying dope, and all this, thinks he's a big shot, whatever. Well, I used the cell phone one day in the cell, and somehow I got a hold of my old cellie, the one that had gone home. And I talked to him, and he's like, yeah, and we talked for a little bit, and he goes, hey, remember that one thing that we got from so-and-so that one day? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I could send you one of those. And he's just talking about something that we're not supposed to have. We'll just leave it at that. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. So he did. He sent it. I got it. So my cellie sees this, and he goes, well, shit, man, we can make a lot of money off that. Can you see if he'll like send us like 10 of those, and we can make like hundreds of dollars? I'm like, yeah. What should we offer him? He goes, well, tell him I'll give him $100 for 10 of them. I'm like, all right. So I call him up and call up my old cellie on the streets, and I'm like, yeah, I got that thing. Thank you. Hey, my cellie and I kind of want to know, like, if you want to make some money, like we can give you $100 for 10 of them because we can make a lot more in here. He's like, oh yeah, I'll do that. So you send me $100? I'm like, yeah, we'll do that. He's like, all right, cool. So he sent the 10, and we received them. So we're okay. So that was that. So I'm looking at my cellie like, okay, well, we got to pay the dude. Remember? He's like, oh yeah. Tell him to go get a Green Dot account, and fucking, I'll call my grandma tomorrow and I'll have her send it. So, you know, the next day goes, and he doesn't call his grandma, or something happened. And basically, like, as the days go on, like I can't fucking get this dude to fucking pay this bill. You know, the dude owes money to other people on the yard, and fucking, it must be not that big of a priority for him. And I told him, I said, look, bro, like I made this deal with him all because of what you said. Because everyone knows I don't have the ability to fucking have my family send fucking wire money to places while I'm in prison. I don't have that ability. So this is all like hinged on you. He's like, oh no, I'll take care of it. Don't worry, nothing to worry about. I'm definitely gonna take care of it. I'm like, okay, man. And as the time went on, he just kept not paying it, you know. And I kept having to remind him. And then one day, while I was at my job assignment, he was in the cell. He got caught with some drugs, right? The drugs were underneath his bunk while he was sitting on his bunk when they found it. Well, the dude fucking didn't write his beef like you're supposed to do. He said, oh, I don't know how that got here. So in that scenario, what they do is they charge both cellmates for whatever they find in there if you don't fucking fess up and say it's yours. So now I get charged for something that I didn't even do or have any knowledge of. It wasn't even mine, because this dude didn't write his fucking beef. So long story short, I fucking beat him up, moved him out. So now any chances of him like paying my boy on the streets, that's out. So, you know, I kept sending him kites too, like, fucking pay my homeboy, dude, pay my boy, like, you know what I mean? But he just fucking, I knew he wasn't gonna do it. So I think I even called my partner. I'm like, hey man, just a couple roadblocks, and I think I told him what happened with the guy. Told him what happened or whatever, and I'm like, just give me a little bit of time, I'll figure something out. And you know, a couple more weeks go by, I think, and I'm tripping on this. The dude still isn't paying. And I'm really worried about this. Not worried, but I'm stressed out about this, because like this is a really good dude on the streets that we're burning, and that's not cool. Like you know, like I'm really upset about this. Like I don't want to fucking do this dude like that. So like 3-4 weeks go by, and I'm like, fuck, I couldn't deal with it anymore. I felt like I had to at least call him and tell him something. So I get a hold of him. He's like, hey, what's going on, man? I fucking thought you were going to get me that money. I'm like, man, I know. I fucking, you know, and I told him about my cellie again and about everything going on. And I'm like, look, I got $100 on my books. I will I'll mail it to you. I'll send you a money order for that. He's like, okay, cool. So that means I'm going to go without canteen for the whole month, which is going to suck. But I mean, that's what I was willing to do. So when you have money on your books, you could send it home like that. It's just it's a pain in the ass. You have to like sign up and see your counselor, and it's just. But I was going to do it. The very next day, I get my name called at mail call, and they give me my mail, and it's a letter from my old cellmate on the streets, the guy I just talked to yesterday. So I open up the letter, and it's like, you fucking piece of shit, you fucking burned me, how dare you, you're a fucking piece of shit, like cussing me out and fucking saying that I'm a punk and fucking I'm a piece of shit and threatening me. He's like, you're gonna hear from me soon. I'm like, really? Over $100 fucking dollars, bro? Really? I'm like, wow, man. I just talked to him yesterday. He wasn't saying all that shit yesterday. But obviously he's feeling this way because it takes mail 2 weeks to get here. So this was sent like weeks ago. And so I'm like, well, fuck him then. I'm not paying him now. Fuck that, dude. Talk to me like that. No, I'm good. But I remember something he said in the letter. He said, you'll hear from me soon. Whatever. 2 months go by, and I moved out of the cell I was in. I moved to a different cell. And so I got some mail one day, and it got rerouted. It initially came to my old cell. Well, the guy that lives in my old cell, his first name is my last name. So anyways, so I'm in my new cell, and they bring my mail down from the upper tier from my old cell. They bring it down. And they're, oh, hey, you got some mail. And the cop goes to hand it to me, and then he goes, whoa, and he pulls it back. Right before I can grab it, he pulled it back and went, wait, there appears to be something underneath the envelope. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I didn't know who wrote me a letter. I was like, thought maybe a chick wrote me or something, you know? So I'm like, well, who wrote me a letter? What's going on? He's like, oh, there's narcotics under this under the stamp. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he fucking spins off. I'm like, narcotics? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't have anybody to send me narcotics. The only people who send me mail is my mom and dad. They're not like, they don't do drugs. I'm like, this got to be some kind of mistake. 5 minutes later, they come back with the goon squad, and they come in and they fucking put us in the dummy cages, and they toss our cell, completely demolished our whole cell. And they start questioning me. They're like, fucking, you know, so what's up with this mail? You're having drugs sent in? And I said, no, I don't even know what this is about. Like, who's the letter from? And they're like, oh, we can't tell you. So fucking, but they're like, you're gonna get charged for this and all this and that. And so nothing happened. A week goes by, 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by, and they never charged me for anything. And then I realized the dude in my old cell, his first name is my last name. So I bet you that letter was for him, and they figured it out because it makes perfect sense. The cop on my old tier, she knows who I am. She knows my name, so she sees the name. Oh, he moved down here and sent the letter there, but really it was for that dude. So that's what I think happened. But I still wasn't sure. 6 months go by, nothing came up. A year goes by, nothing. 2 years later, I get accepted for early parole. They granted me early parole. I was within 60 days of my release date. My release date went from 2032 to 2020. And all I'm doing is just waiting to go home. The only thing that would ruin that is a write-up, a serious write-up. Out of the blue, I had transferred to a different prison. This is 2 years later. I'm at a whole nother prison. They fucking called me into the lieutenant's office. It's like, yeah, you're being served an A1 offense, a serious 115, and a DA referral for conspiracy to bring in drugs. I said, what are you talking about? And they're like, apparently you were at Folsom Prison and were charged with conspiracy. I'm like, whoa, dude, that was like 2.5 years ago, and they never charged me with anything. To this day, I don't even know if that's about. So they're like, well, we're charging you now. I'm like, what the fuck? So that's gonna ruin like that. I got so sick I went to my dorm and puked. I'm like, what is going on? And then I started thinking, I'm like, was it that dude? Did that dude fucking send that to me to try to get me in trouble? Because that worked. But I'm like, I didn't think he would do that because that's like snitching. I didn't think he would do that. And not only that, like whatever he sent me, it almost made it into my hand. It made it past the mailroom, made it past the fucking 5th tier officer, and it almost made it past the fucking 3rd tier officer, except he seen it at the last minute. So I almost got it. So that didn't make sense, but they gave me the evidence, and yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. He sent that fucking shit to get me in trouble, and it damn near worked. When I went to see the lieutenant to fucking get fucked in the ass, basically, that was gonna reinstate 8 years to my sentence, and then a DA referral would have added me a doubled felony sentence on top of that. I would have been fucked. The lieutenant dropped it because of lack of evidence. Thank God. So that's, yeah, that happened. Fucking let me down, man.